Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, so these are all the books we have recently read in our homeschooling, and inshallah, hopefully, we can get through doing a review for each one of them today, inshallah. We're going to start with what everybody voted to be number one book in our homeschooling. So I will leave you with Habiba, Haneen, and Hamza, and they will review this book for you. Go ahead. Number one, the first thing we want to do is introduce the book. Tell us the title, the author, how many pages, how the language was, the genre, what kind of book was it, and how the language was. Was it an easy reader? Was it hard? Lots of, complicated vocabulary or not? And what is it good for as far as age range for the readers? Go ahead.
Okay, so the title of this book is called Refugee, and the author is Alan Gratz, and the North Times and the pages of it is 317 pages, and inside this book it has like 3 different stories, and it's about 3 different places, and
3 different places, times, and characters, but they all have they all connect at the end of the book, and it's so surprising when they connect. But of course, we're not telling you because we'll spoil the book like that. Now he'll read the summary that's inside the book.
So there's 3 for every single story. So Joseph is a Jewish boy living in 1930s, Nazi Germany. With the threat of concentration camps looming, he and his family board a ship bound for the other side of the world. Now that's one. Now Isabel is a Cuban girl in 1994, with riots and unrest plaguing her country. She and her family set out on a raft, hoping to find safety in America. Now the longest one I found. Mahmoud is a Syrian boy in 2015, with his homeland torn apart by violence and destruction. He and his family begin a long trek toward Europe. All three kids go on harrowing journeys in search of refuge. All will face unimaginable dangers, from drowning to bombings to betrayal. But there is always the hope of tomorrow. And although Joseph, Isabel, and Mahmoud are separated by continents and decades, shocking connections will tie their stories together in the end.
Wait, did I say which was the saddest one?
No, you can't say anything about it.
So you guys, now tell us about the genre of the book.
It's historical fiction.
Okay. Can you tell us briefly what history events it?
World War II,
The Syrian War,
and the Cuban
riots and
riots.
politics in Cuba. Yeah. Amazing. How about the age? What is it good for? What age range is it good
10
for?
and up, because it's really emotional and a little bit graphic in some parts. I'm not gonna say because it's so sad, and it's gonna spoil it.
Okay.
Yeah, and what they said about the concentration camps that we
Oh no, I forgot about that.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so 10 and up, but it's not like that graphic. Just some parts are.
All right. And how about the language of the book? How is it? Is it easy reader? Is it hard? Was it?
It's like in the middle, because it's a chapter book, and it's like
So it's
big.
quite long,
Yeah,
right?
it's long,
Okay.
but it's like easy to read if you're good at reading.
Okay. Now comes the best part of our review. Is this book a friend or a foe?
Friend.
Should it be in our Muslim library or should it not be?
Yeah.
Should
So
be.
friend.
Cause also has a Muslim story like
Yeah,
the
Mahmoud.
Mahmoud, the
Okay.
Syrian.
So it's definitely, it does deserve to be in any in a Muslim library, right?
Yeah.
It does
And
not have anything, no language, right? Remind me if I'm
I
wrong.
do remember.
There is
one
something
word.
bad.
What is it?
Not like bad, but the girl with the Cuban one liked the boy or something.
No, she didn't. It was just a friend. There wasn't anyone
They
else.
were friends. No,
and
how did he love story for
Yeah.
the story day?
And there were a couple of words.
I don't recall that.
There wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think it was. I think it was relative. Like I would say, 99%. If I, you know, if I remember correctly, it was clean. There was nothing that we stopped and we had to explain or anything or correct or as far as language, as far as scenes, as far as morals of the story. I think it was clean and appropriate um, for a Muslim library.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay. Next is each one's rating. So overall, we said it's a good book. It's a friend. It's a good book. But I want each one to quickly, briefly tell us how many stars you would give it and why. All right. So Habiba, start. What's your rating for this book?
5 stars. It was
Why?
so good. There wasn't anything bad and it was clean and it was really, really interesting and emotional and like I learned a lot about each time, like time and
Time period.
time period and place too.
Very good. Haneen, um, what's your rating and why?
Five.
Why?
5 stars because I like the book and it's interesting and I like how it ends. I don't like how it ends, but I like how they meet together at the end.
That's yeah. That's I
Big
like that too. That
connection
was
at the
a
end.
nice twist at
But
the
the
end.
story
I
itself
know.
is depressing.
And like almost every story, it ended like a dead end, and we're like, oh my god, this is what happens to them.
You mean an open end?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then we knew
Open end.
what happened. Except
Yeah.
for.
But we knew in the other stories with that.
Right. Very nice. Okay, so it's you liked it mainly because of the storyline. It was really interesting and a page turner, right? Even though you don't, right, Haneen?
Yeah.
Even though you don't really quite agree with or like the ending, but it was very captivating.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a good
Like
description for the book? Yeah, I loved it
we
too.
didn't want to finish it.
I know. And we were so involved with each one of the characters, right? What's gonna happen next? What could I remember? Okay, Hamza, what's your rating and why?
I give it 5 stars because when we were reading it, I felt that I was inside like as you said, we were all like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And because I love all the details of the.
So the book is very descriptive to the point where you imagine yourself inside the story.
Yeah, and I can tell that the author did some research because like there was so much that was
It
there.
was as if the author literally just saw us type.
Right. So he knows, like we knew this from the Syrian, right? The Syrian guy, because we don't know much about how Germans are or how the Cubans are, but when he described the Syrian and the Muslims and how they react and how they talk and how they interact with each other and what prayers mean to them, we could tell that the author did a good job representing and describing how Muslims really are, right? Because some books write about Muslims and they're wrong about how we think or how we act or how we really think about certain issues, right?
Yeah.
He might just write from his own experience, but I can tell that the author did a great job researching and reading and probably even talking to real Muslims. Not probably, I know for
Yeah.
in the book review that he talked about his own book. He said he met a lot of Syrians and a lot of Muslims and he talked to them, and that's how he drew all these conclusions about the book. All right, so we all agree that this is a friend.
Yeah.
Go grab it, read it. You will not regret it, and you will thank us. And as usual, please, please, please don't forget to make dua for my family. And jazakumullahu khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay.